goodness. Every book I own. A ton of people like on this YouTube. Oh. Oh. I wonder what these YouTube lives look like for other people. I was writing in my notebook and I was like, I should be talking to the camera more. There's someone in here. What's up? Yeah. Called them out and they left. That makes sense. What do people do on these? What does this do? Oh, sorry. Oh, can that go away? Okay, wait. There it is. Is there a way to like, how do I chat? Oh my God, I'm such a boomer. Oh, this is the chat. Hey, chat. What's poppin'? Can y'all, I know there's only like one person here. Can you just tell me like if you watch YouTube lives often? Is that something that you find yourself doing? Or no? Welcome to live chat, remember guys? Okay. Yeah, there's so much paper on my coffee table. If you saw my books, you'd be like, this guy's so smart. But that is not the case. I was actually just writing in my journal about how, like, I'm very studious. I love studying things. But when it comes down to, like, the application of information, I don't know that I'm good at that at all. Like, with language learning, right? Like, if you give me a sentence, I can, like, you know, what's this sentence in Russian? I can tell you. But when it comes to a conversation, I don't know if it would come out of me organically unless I was, like, drinking or something, but I don't do that anymore, so... like, currently, you're propped up against my books. Language Matters. Noam Chomsky's On Language. Cervanini's Un Italiano in America. That book, Un Italiano in America, that book got me on to an Italian TV show called Propaganda Live. That's one of the craziest things in my whole life. So I used to do these thirst traps where I would put the books I'm reading like behind my butt or whatever, and you know, post them in slides. So like a hot way to be like, yo, look what I'm reading, book club time. And one day I put Un Italiano in America, that book, behind me and posted it. And the next day I wake up and I have all of these Italian followers and I have like all these DMs with clips that people took of this TV show in it. And when I watched the clip, they took my thirst traps and put them up on this huge projector thing for this TV show. And this guy just is going through my thirst traps and commenting on each one. And then got to the one with the Italian book behind me and was like reading the top comment. And it was like, the human mind cannot explain things like why this book by Cervanini is behind the ass of a twink in California. So that was crazy. And then I have this Dostoevsky book that I got. I don't know if y'all have ever tried to read Dostoevsky, but like, even in your mother tongue, it is difficult to read. Like, it's so dense. I think it's best if you don't look up any kind of metaphors that are in the book beforehand, because then when you read it, you're going to be trying to like pull those themes and those metaphors out, you know, of the book, and it's already so dense that you're never going to make it through. I'm trying to find good lighting in here. We're in my office. I was back on my World of Warcraft game for a minute. It was helping me get sober. And now I just don't do it really much anymore. Yeah. Painting was so good today. I'm really concerned with, so my painting is me leaning against my couch with nothing on. It's not meant to be erotic or anything. It's just, the reference photo is part of this, the reference photo is part of this photography series I did on segs in the South. And I never did anything with it. And it's one of my favorite collections of work I've ever made. Like, it's just so raw and so real. So I wanted to do something with it. So I'm painting one of those photos. But so my concern is, like, with sharing it with you guys, I already have, a thin ice relationship with these apps, but so when I finish the painting, I mean, it's not good. I'm a good painter, okay? It's gonna look like a butthole. Can I say that? I don't know. It's gonna look like that. I'm a good painter, okay? But it's not meant to like try to get past community guidelines or anything like that. It's just I want to share my work. And I'm wondering if I don't want to make a video for YouTube explaining the imagery and everything in the painting, but I don't know if I'll be able to like give y'all a zoom out shot of the painting. Maybe it'll just be details, but then that'll be even funnier because it would just be like I'll be like going over the couch and you'll see a bottle and then I'll keep going. So that's coming. How much long do I think? I got at least a couple more weeks on this painting, for if I'm being completely honest. I'm painting, as much as emotionally I can manage on a given day. So we're talking about 3 hours or so. I've just been like really trying to do a lot. Almost done with this journal. I started this 2024. This is June 2024. Oh my god. There's so much good stuff in here. Wait, how is that possible? Okay, yeah, it is. Oh my god, back. I used to track my grams of protein. I started on like a fitness journey. I'm always on a fitness journey, but I was like, I'm sick of being skinny. I'm gonna gain weight. I'm gonna gain weight no matter what. Started taking mass gainer, which is like synthetic carb protein drink to like make you gain weight. I was drinking like 2 of those a day. And let's look at my shit. I was eating upwards of 185 grams of protein a day. And I did that for like 2 or 3 months consecutively. And I am heavier now than I was when I was doing all that. The universe just loves being like, I don't know. That's one of those things that makes me, I hate to say it, but there's just some things, maybe it's case by case. So I used to have this overall idea that the universe is telling me not to try on things, more so just go about things like organically and be an opportunist. Like when something comes my way, like don't do that. And I think maybe there is a lesson there because I do go full force on things and realize they're not for me. So maybe when I do go full force on something and it does work, that's right for me. But the weight training and gaining weight was not working. I didn't pass 150, y'all. And I was eating 180 grams of protein a day, doing, multiple hours of workouts a day for like 3 months. And I work out every day now, but it's more relaxed workouts. I mean, I did 60 pull-ups a day and like 100 jump squats or something. And let's go weigh myself. Let's go see. I bet you I'm more than 150 right now. Oh god, no, I'm not. I'm not more than 150 at all. No, I'm so skinny. Okay, 142, whatever. But it's still close, and I should have been way heavier in my mind from eating all that stuff. So maybe I'll get on here. Maybe I can talk to y'all while I paint. That's kind of a vibe. Let's go do that. And the lighting would probably be better also. Currently chugging coffee. When people see my Google Calendar for the first time, they are distraught. I mean, it's like solid. Wait, how much time do I have? Okay, yeah, I got time. All right, can I flip this? This is where we're at with it. It probably looks the same as it did. What has really been like the struggle of my life is the couch. Because it's not just, it can very easily look like shutters, you know, like a dark line, light, dark line, light. And then they look like shutters and it doesn't look like they're rounded parts of a corduroy kind of couch situation. And like, obviously that's not what we want. Yeah, let's paint. Let's do this thing. The lighting's so much better in here. Hold on, I gotta put on my painting sweats. This is my painting sweats. They were actually like super expensive weightlifting sweatpants from Japan. But I live in Atlanta, okay? It's too hot for sweatpants basically ever. What am I looking for right now? What am I looking for? Where's my husband? Wait, what the hell was I just looking for? God, I'm spacey. Oh, I remember. Okay. I really love the viewership on my videos recently. I've definitely given into making YouTube content more freely and openly. And I'm being dead ass right now. I paint with this. It's a Swiffer. Like, not on the canvas, you'll see what I mean. And it is completely necessary. Okay. Painters use these things called maul sticks. And I don't know if you can just go buy a maul stick. Like when you see, it's MAHL. And when you see one, it's literally just like a wooden rod. And then it usually has like a ball on the top of it with cloth around it and then a rubber band like around that to keep the ball or the cloth around it. Could not tell you if you can actually just go buy one of those. But so I like lean it. Let's see. I lean it literally against the painting like this, and then you put your arm on it and you do this situation. Like, I'm no surgeon, okay? I'm shaky sometimes, so you literally need it. Something that's also been a game changer is like switching from this huge palette. Like, sometimes I look at this and I'm like, I'm just looking at these primary colors, right? And then I'll like look at a painting I finished and be like, that just made that. Like, that's crazy. I've just been mushing. Like, this gets too crazy, you know, at a certain point. And I've tried washing it, but when oil paint dries, I don't know if it's just like on plastic, on canvas. I hope it dries like this on canvas, but it does not come off. Like, you can't scrape this off. Acrylic will just scrape off. This will not scrape off of anything. I have a theory about that. I think basically So the difference between drying acrylics and drying oils is that oil paints, when you're drying oil paints, or when oil paints are drying, it's a chemical process. It's oxidation, and acrylics, it's evaporation. And so I think that is what makes it like oil paints bind to whatever you're painting on more strongly, and you can't scrape them off at all. It's also the reason why you shouldn't use a hair dryer. If you're trying to dry a layer fast, you can't use a hair dryer on oil paints, because what you're trying to do with that is trying to evaporate the water, basically, which is what you do with acrylics. But if you do that with oils, it will just mess up the top, like it'll like falsely dry the top layer, and then there's just all this wet paint underneath that will not dry it out because it's trapped and not exposed to air. If that makes sense. I'm also not a scientist, but I know that is true. I looked it up. So yeah, this couch is... I told my brother, like, before I started this, that I was like, this couch is gonna be a challenge. It's gonna make me a better painter, and it definitely has. I'm actually really proud of myself. I was looking at my last piece I finished, and just had a cool little moment. I was like, I'm a better painter. I was like, this painting, like, if I look at the strokes, looks better than the last one. And I really love that. I've definitely, like, on the last one, I just got back from Cape Town, and, like, I had a game plan when I got back from Cape Town. I was like, I'm going to get up at 5 every morning, paint as long as I can, and just go hard and, like, push art out of my soul. And I did that successfully. The result was amazing. But I'm not really making, like I would, with that last painting, I would sit there and, like, have an emotional just stagnation. I'm just like, and kind of have to get myself to be like, okay, keep painting, just keep painting. And I'm, like, not doing that with myself right now because I'm stretched a bit thin emotionally at the moment. But so I think that, like, it has a lot to do with the quality of the piece. Another game changer. Just getting, like, this little palette. I never got to this point. Instead of the big palette that I showed you, using the smaller one, game changer. Because you can hold it, you're working with the select colors. This is kind of my black and white palette, a little right there, but I've decided not even to use it, so it will stay right there. But yeah, it's kind of just like my little black and white palette right here. I do not have a degree in painting. Thank you for asking. I went to school for, it's called visual communications. It's graphic design and photography in the advertising school. So it's like branding design basically. And my photography was just studio photography, and like graduation pictures and stuff. I just learned painting on my own. Yeah, if you go to my website, you'll see, like, there's just 2 oil paintings on there right now, but the one with the faces connected, that was my first ever oil painting ever. I wasn't satisfied, and it really, like, a lot of my work boils down to, am I satisfied putting my name on what I'm creating? Long story short, no, I did not go to school for that, but I'm just gonna keep talking about what I was saying. Do I want to put my name on what I'm creating? And I wasn't feeling so confident about that with acrylics. I was like, I have a lot more complex images in my brain that require shading and stuff, and would take days and all this stuff. So I went to Michael's, bought cheapest oil and paintbrush sets that I could find, and, like, the turpentine, like the paint thinner and the linseed oil, and went home and painted. So go to my website, you can see the faces connected. That was my first ever oil painting. It was, I want to say 2 by 2 feet. Yeah, 2 by 2 feet, which makes a lot of difference. To me, that was a small painting. And to me, this is, like, a lot larger of a painting. And this is 3 by 3. And that was 2 by 3. And it was, literally such a smaller painting. Um, this is only my, if we're talking finished pieces, this is only like my 4th oil painting I've ever done, or my 5th oil painting I've ever done. Yeah, I don't really, just to be honest, I don't practice painting. Because of the way I started my painting career, I don't really practice. Because when I started, I started art in general literally because I needed money. So in college, I needed money. This little coffee shop was having, like, they'd basically put up anyone's art. And I was like, oh, like, I have a good eye and I can draw a little bit. So I was like, what's the cheapest and easiest way for me to make art to show to these people and see if they'll put it up for me? And I went and bought printer paper and Crayola markers. And that was my first exhibit. And I made like $400 or $500 over a course of a few weeks, probably like 3 weeks to a month. That's where my like art career started. And then the first time I painted actually was this guy that went to college with me just hit me up and was like, he must have known me like when I did that exhibit or it got around or something. I have no idea. I went to a big school, so it getting around doesn't sound right. So I must have just talked to him about it. And we weren't like that close or anything, but he just hit me up out of the blue, was like, yo, like, will you do a painting for me? And, still needing money. I was it was right after COVID. It was right at the end of college for me. Just like, yes, absolutely. And I did a 4x6 canvas for this man. 4x6 feet in my little apartment. Okay, took up the whole wall for $500. Like, I can't even, like, for $500. It basically didn't even break even. And that has happened to me a lot. Like, in my early days, my acrylic days, I wasn't even breaking even. I just, like, kind of decided, like, I don't know, nothing's, like, revealed itself to me in such an obvious way, like, hey, you can make money doing this, like painting has. So I guess I knew that there was an investment there in my time, and like, yeah, actually just really all started from there. That guy hit me up, I started dating Brian Jordan Alvarez. I mean, that didn't hurt at all, having kind of a famous boyfriend. It's hard to say, because I didn't really post about Brian or anything, but it's hard to say what of my following came from him early on. I think, like, I had appeal because I am a good-looking guy, and then I was making art, so people just kind of latched onto that anyway. But yeah, after I did that first commish, started doing my own pieces, and that was that. I was a painter. And those were simpler times back then for sure. Acrylic was a lot simpler of a life. Was it? I don't know. I feel a lot more confident in my, like I was saying, at the end of the day in my career, I just need to be confident in what I'm putting my name on. And that's not a no matter what statement. I need to make pieces that when I look at it, I'm like, I'm cool with putting my name on that. You know what I mean? It's like, there definitely were moments. True. There definitely were moments where, I was like, no, you created it, just put your name on it, because, it really was an expression of who you were and what, yada, yada, yada. And maybe that was true with my acrylic paintings, but I'm painting for different reasons now, I think. you know. Acrylic painting was acrylic painting was really attached to my emotions. Like, I genuinely, this is something that happened. It sounds like it's out of a freaking movie. Genuinely, I came to a point where I was like, oh, I feel good. Uh, and I was like, it's like Zuko when he like couldn't firebend anymore because he didn't know what to like pull his bending from. When I felt good, I was like, I don't know. I just feel content and good. I don't know what to pull inspiration from because I was, acrylic. I'm like, I'm just painting emotionally, and now with oil painting, I decide on an image that I love and I represent it as best I can in an attempt to. I was just thinking about this. I tried to represent a painting with oil in an attempt to sell the painting, but on a deeper level, using oil painting as a medium instead of just selling the picture in a print or something is a way for me to like more deeply connect with the person buying it. Because I've sold prints of just things before, quality and not quality ones, but this is how I'm connecting with you guys, with the world, is by taking this image and selling it as an oil painting. The meaning that I give to the image is seen in my brushstrokes. And that's better. That's an easier way for me to communicate my emotions than to give you an image and then describe with my words what it means to me and what I feel like it should mean to the world. I think if I represent an image, what is my style? I'll answer that. This is my style now. It's just more like realistic. It's just more realistic. Hope you can see that. Yeah. There's a lot of. I will make a YouTube video once I figure out what I'll be able to show in the video. I need to go see if there's like other artists out there having nude portrayals in their paintings and then like having them in a video on YouTube, because I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. But I hope I am. I think I am. I think I can openly just show y'all the painting when it's done. I don't think it'll be a problem because it's art. But I don't want any problems because I actually really have, over the years, have loved and enjoyed making YouTube videos for y'all. I don't even have a really large following, but like it just brings a huge smile to my face when I go back and I see these videos I made when I was in Japan and Cape Town and in LA. So love you guys for being here. That journey. For the journey. Thanks. I went to the University of South Carolina. Go Gamecocks. I was a cheerleader there, actually. Not that I think they do anything, but it's cool. It's cute. It's cool. What I really would absolutely adore and love is a mentor. Like, I don't even know what that means really, but just painters that I love and admire, talk about their mentorships, or I mentored under this person, yada yada. And I'm just like, I'd give anything for a mentor. I'm so hungry for critique, to be honest. Like, I don't really care for critique from just anyone, but there's this gallery owner here in Atlanta, and he just started going in, giving me a critique. I was like, God, I want that every day. that every damn day of my damn life. Because I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm doing. This is, as far as the industry goes, I'm just painting because I enjoy it and I can, and it has shown the ability to make money. But as far as like the industry goes and being represented and having a mentor and I didn't go to school for it. I have no idea what I'm doing at all. So that's that. One day I'm just gonna chug a Red Bull in the morning and like have a speed painting challenge for myself. That'd be cool. Should be like, see how fast I can do it. Am I the only one who eats like those tortellinis from the grocery store every day? I do. It's andrewmize.com. andrewmize.com. I can see if I can put a link or something. Can I do that? I'm new to this whole live thing, so I can't believe I said that. I sound like such a boomer. Let's see. I'm sorry, I can't figure out. Oh, I can type it, maybe. Let's see. Start poll. I'm just gonna type my website in, okay, on this thing. This new iPhone update is like actually insane. Yeah, autocorrects my name. Okay. Okay. Does it have to go in the very middle? Okay, there we go. Is that cute? Is that good? That is the website. Heard. Thanks, Migi. Are you Japanese, Migi? Did he leave? Did you leave, Migi? Are you Japanese? Migi, Virginia. Word. I love it. Dig it. Is that a city? Sorry, I don't know what that is. Is that a city in Virginia? Or is that your name? Ooh, that's good. Hey, Evan Evans. What's poppin'? Where do creators like, oh, heard. Okay. Cool. Well, it's nice to meet you. Where do creators like Vanilla Mace and Kai Sanat, where do they live stream? Is it Twitch? You know what I'm saying? Do you know who those people are? Vanilla Mace is beautiful. So happy she is in the world. But yeah, do they stream on Twitch or what? I know, right? I'm wondering if, like, yeah. I don't know if people watch lives on YouTube. We can go live on everything. Like, you got Facebook Live, Instagram Live. You can go live on literally any platform, I think. But yeah, I want to know. I should just Google it. Sorry, I could be Googling it, but you guys are on my phone. All right, I'm gonna make some dinner. That's where we're at. We're doing the couch right now. Couch is. Oh, it looks good. Wait, hold on. It looks good on the camera, which is important. Does it? Yeah, it totally does. TikTok Live. I have not been allowed to use TikTok Live for a hot minute. Okay. There used to be this thing. I know it wasn't just me who was experiencing this. But yeah, people used to go on TikTok Live. Like, anyone could just report you without a reason and you just automatically get banned. I remember that being a big thing. On TikTok Live, and that definitely happened to me. I'd open it and be like, "Ha!" And who's the other artist that you follow? Hey, thanks. Yeah, it's not even done yet, so the couch is gonna take a lot. I'm gonna have a more relaxed. Okay, forgive me if I say this wrong. Daniel Rubini. Thank you. I'm gonna push through. I've had a crazy week, absolutely insane, dealing with a bunch of personal stuff. But next week should be a lot better, more relaxed and chill. So I'm gonna make some big pushes next week, and I'm gonna finish this painting in 2 weeks. Okay. That is my goal here. Does Dan Rodriguez, is that like, is he a super famous painter that just goes by Rodriguez? I'm pretty good with my painters, so I'm surprised I don't recognize the name. Word. Yeah, usually the first name isn't as important. I am starting. Oh! Yeah, and then like gives it to him? Is that what he does? Draws people on the subway and then like gives it to them. I love those. I wonder, like, yeah. I wonder how many. First of all, I wonder if it actually is kind of fake and he like asks people, "Hey, can I draw you?" first. But if it's not fake, I wonder how many attempts he makes to draw people, but like they get off too soon and he runs out of time. All right, we're gonna make tortellini from the grocery store. Need strawberries. I'm starving. Do people watch like Twitch streams? I was playing World of Warcraft a lot, so I was gonna start streaming that because I mean I like talking to you guys, and that's just something people in my industry do all the time. But maybe I can Twitch stream while I paint. Maybe. I'm gonna switch over to Instagram, but I love you guys, and yeah, check out my website and join me on Instagram if you want.